Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock and it's time for a mat test.
Yay!
It's been Craig tests recently, but now I get to do something on you. How you doing, Matt?
I'm good.
For those of you that don't know, Matt's a magician now, kind of, just about, ish, give or take. He started off as a muggle, but an over-the-top muggle. Think, you know, L&L, and you're kind of on the right sort of track. And
it wasn't intentional.
Got freaked out about everything to do with magic, and then I taught him how to do magic, and now he does magic and he's getting better, and the second season of Matt's is coming soon. Matt's Magical Adventures in McDonald's is coming soon. We've had to put a few of these things on hold because
you'd forgotten about that.
No, not at all. It's just that we've had a few things, you know, I've been out the country, but in September I'm going to be back.
So have I.
I know. But, oh yeah, last time we were talking about your little trip around Europe. Did you have a good time?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life.
That's what she said. Almost died?
Physically and mentally, nearly died multiple times.
Just so you know, that's not a holiday.
It was a holiday.
It's not a holiday.
It was great.
When you go somewhere...
It was epic.
And
it was a good experience.
You die almost... You come close to dying several times, and it's one of the hardest things you've ever done. That's not a holiday.
It was a holiday.
It's not a holiday.
It was good.
Not a holiday.
I'll show you the videos.
Please do. But... Got a mat test for you today, Matt. Now,
we got a Rubik's Cube.
Well, this is cool. I know you kind of heard of Cube 52, but I know you don't know what it is.
Oh, is this yours?
This has been in development for about 18 months. Just so you
Still
guys
haven't
know,
actually seen it.
I don't actually show Matt anything that I'm developing until it actually comes out, so that I can show it to him for the first time. So this is the first time you've seen this. This is.
I've heard people talking about it.
Cube 52. This is Cube 52. Now it's a 9-hour tutorial, and there's over 50 tricks.
I'm going to have to book a day off to learn how to do this.
We're going to do a couple of them. We're going to do a few. We're not going to do many. We're going to do a couple. But obviously, you know what a Rubik's Cube is.
I've heard of them.
This is a Rubik's Cube.
Not,
now, you might not have heard of these. These are called speed challenge cards. They're designed for people like Ryland that are speed cubers, right?
Geeks.
But basically, yeah, geeks. Yeah. And the whole idea of it is.
I only say that because I can't do it.
Yeah, the whole idea of it is it's a bit like a Rubik's Cube, but in playing card form. And let me explain why. There's 54 cards. Now, this deck of cards is very much like this Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
Because there's 6 colours on a Rubik's Cube. And in this deck of cards, there's 6 colours, right? There's 9 squares on each colour, and there's 9 cards of each colour in this deck. There's 54 individual squares on a Rubik's Cube, and there's 54 cards in this deck. So in other words, this is very much like this, okay? And we're going to try and do something a little bit crazy. Have you got a Sharpie marker on you or something? Have you got a Sharpie marker?
No. My close-up case is in the car. There's a green one there.
Yeah, go get a green one. And if you see a piece of paper, that'd be great. I've literally just come back from the office. I've been in Las Vegas, Columbus, Blackpool. I walked in half an hour ago, grabbed Matt from the sales desk, and I'm like, magic trick time. So I'm very disorganised. They've even moved my desk. Since I've been out, I run the company, and they've just took my desk away. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
It.
No, I needed it. Well, you lot didn't need it.
You haven't needed it. You ain't been here for weeks.
Yeah, but now I need it.
Well,
I don't have it.
Like, snooze you lose, dude.
I don't need it. It's just harsh, is what it is.
Well, you weren't here. We needed it. We used it.
I'm going to make a prediction. Look away.
You look, we didn't change the locks.
I'm going to make a prediction. Look away.
We could have changed the locks. Why didn't we think about that?
We should have.
We should have changed the locks.
There you go. I made a prediction. That's what the question mark's for.
Yes, very good.
There you go. No problem. We'll put that over there. So basically, this deck of cards is a little bit like a Rubik's Cube, right?
Yes.
Don't let me influence you. I need to make sure that I can get into your head, because this doesn't work with just everybody. I need to make sure that psychically you and I are in touch. So here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to mix up the cube.
You has to go at me for all this psycho.
Well, I'm going to mix up the cube, and the more you mix up the cube, the harder it is to solve. There's 47 quintillion million combinations. As I mix up this cube, anytime you want to...
Stealing Ryland's line?
Yeah. Anytime you want to, just say stop.
I still don't know how Ryland does this.
Anytime, take your time. Ooh, get paid
stop.
There. Do you want one more turn? One turn will change everything.
Go on then.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Did that not help?
Not really. My fault. I shouldn't have picked you. Look, genuinely, did you feel influenced?
No.
Because what's the first thing that I did when I sat down with you and I said I was going to show you some magic?
Started bitching about your table.
Yeah, but before that, I showed you the cube and I showed you the pack of cards.
Yeah.
And I made a big deal of saying that these were speed challenge cards. But
Yeah.
did you notice when I was doing that, there's a picture of a cube on the front?
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Did you feel like that was influencing you? Because here's the thing, look at the picture of the cube and look at where you said stop and look at that side, a strip of white, whole bunch of red, blue and yellow. Now look at that side, you've got a blue, orange, green, then you've got a strip of white, and there you've got a red and you've got 2 blue. And look at that side there, you've got red and you've got green and you've got white and you've got orange. Isn't that weird? You sure you didn't feel influenced?
That's annoying, isn't it?
It's kind of weird, isn't it? But I tell you what, let's put this to one side.
So when you had a go at me for making you do one more,
Yeah?
it did help.
Luckily it seemed to do well. Thank you.
Why are you smirking? Why is he smirking? I don't like
It's been
it.
a long time since I've got this reaction because you know dick all about cube magic. It's
I don't know
mental.
anything about Rubik's Cube. He tried to teach me, didn't he, during the documentary thing? I got that flick up thing one. That was
Well,
it.
let's see if we can go one step further, all right? Let's see if we can go one step further, all right? Are you happy to go one step further?
Sure, why not?
So, like I say, there's 54 cards here. There's 6 colours.
fucked up.
It's weird, right? But I'm gonna start with a little bit of mind reading, and then we'll progress to something else. We're gonna try and see if I can read your mind. So, what I want you to do, when I say you're gonna take these cards, and I want you to cut and complete the cut any way you want to. It's completely up to you wherever you cut and complete the cut. Can you do that for me? Are you happy there? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to look away, look at the bottom card, just pick up the whole thing, look at the bottom card, and then cover everything up. Okay? Put your hands on top so I can't see anything. Concentrate, look at me, imagine the colours in your head. Right, imagine you're in the cinema, you're the back row of the cinema screen's in front of you, and it's all covered with one colour. Can you imagine that? Yeah, it's interesting, it's blue, isn't it? Yeah, it's blue, lift up your hands. You did actually think that, didn't you? Blue. Yeah, should we do it again? I mean, let's do it again. Cut any way you want to. Are you sure you want to cut there, yeah? And look away, look at the bottom one. Remember it. Cover it on top. Now I want you to imagine you're in the same cinema screen, it's still blue, and when I snap my fingers it's going to change to a different colour, the colour you're thinking of. Yellow. Is that right? Crazy, really. It's the first time that's worked. I tell you what, let's go. I'm not going to change the order. We'll leave it exactly how you cut it. We're going to try and do something else. When I snap my fingers, remember there's 54 cards in this deck. So when I snap my fingers, you're going to name a number from 1 to 52.
Okay. 19.
And now when I snap my fingers, name a colour. Remember there's 6 of them, so don't go with tangerine or purple.
Turquoise.
Yeah.
Cerise. Blue.
Blue and 19, are you sure? Now, have you ever heard of any card at any number? Of course you have, right? Well, I call this one any colour at any number. Make sure that I don't change the order from where you cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's fair, right? 19th card. You said 19. If you said 18, it would have been... well, if you said 18, it would have been this one. It would have been the yellow. If you'd said 20, it would have been this one, which is the green. 21 would have been the orange. You get the idea. I mean, obviously, we've been through this. They're all different. But you said 19, right? What was the colour you said?
Blue?
Yeah, turn it over. It's exciting because that's the first time that's worked. So we've got to share the emotion and the excitement together.
I'm completely lost.
I tell you what, we're going to go one step further.
Are you following this? No.
We're going to go one step further, okay? Buckle in. We're 2 ticks down, 48 to go. So it's going to take us a while. We're gonna go somewhere else with this.
So we're gonna have to order just eat.
We're gonna go somewhere else with this. We're gonna try something else. So have a look at this. I'm just gonna deal these out into 6 piles, okay? Like so. I mean, we've already cut them, mixed them, shuffled them, but we're gonna see if we can go one step further. There we go. Put these here. These here, there we go, and like that. Right, when I snap my fingers, what I want you to do with your right finger is I want you to push one of these packets towards me with your right finger. Do that right now. And with your left finger, push one towards me. Nice. Nice, thank you very much. So that leaves us with 2. What I want you to do, when I snap my fingers, pick 2 packets up, but keep them face down. Any 2. Perfect, and put them on there. Just... Okay, one last choice. Pick one up and hand it to me. That one, yeah, you sure? Yeah? Mix these up on the table so they're in a complete random order. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then pull one towards you, push the others away.
Pull one card.
Yeah. You're happy with that? We kind of eliminated down to 1 card. Would you agree that that was a fair way of doing that, yeah?
Yeah.
Have a look at the colour. You can turn it around and show everybody.
Oh, okay.
Red, right?
Yeah.
Remember I made a prediction at the very beginning?
Oh, fuck off.
Have a look. Have a look.
How the fuck's he do that?
Very well, I thought. You know what? Can I explain? Put that away for a second. Can I explain? So here's the thing, right? This deck of cards and this cube are linked. So what I mean is whatever happens to this cube happens to this deck. So for example, you've seen Ryland solve a cube very quickly, right? With one hand, he does that sort of thing. He solves the cube very quickly. You've seen that, right?
Oh,
but
yeah.
What happens to this cube happens to this deck. Watch. That's weird. That's never happened before.
I hate your smug face. Name
Name a different colour. Name a different colour. Which colour do you want?
White.
Why? Because I want you to name a colour. It's
white.
part of the trick. Oh, white. Sorry, it's my fault. I didn't hear you. Are you sure you want white, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to mix these up. Give them a really good mix up. And what we're doing here is we're building for a big finish. We're not at the big finish yet, but we're building for a big finish. Now, what you're about to see is absolutely incredible. I want you to see, you know, they're well mixed, yeah? You can see that, yeah? Mm-hmm. I'll give them another couple of shuffles just so you. I want you know what a full shuffle looks like. I'm not gonna treat you like a muggle. You know what a full shuffle looks like. So I want you to see that these cards really are being shuffled. That's fair, right? I want you to see that I am actually shuffling every single card. It's not like some sort of TV magic shuffle. I want you to see that they really are being mixed up. Is that fair?
Yeah.
We're gonna put them over there. You're funny.
What?
No, it's fine. Can you do me a favour? We're going to mix this up as well. Now, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Hold your right hand out, palm up, and your left hand out, palm down. I'm going to put this right here and curl your fingers around. Mixed up cards. You saw me mix them up, right?
Yeah.
Mixed up cube. You saw me mix it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and do this with both the deck and the cube because, like I said, they're mixed.
Do what?
Well, you're about to see right now. What was the colour you named? I can't remember. Is it white?
White.
White.
Okay, watch. Oh, actually, I'll leave you to choose. I could do it with the cube first or with the deck. Let's do it with the cube first, actually. Are you ready?
Yeah. I don't know what for, but...
Lift up your hand. Lift up your hand. Do you see any white on top?
No.
Do you see any white on that side? Do you see any white on that side?
Are you
On
fucking
that
for
side.
real?
On that side, on that side. Do you see any white at all?
No.
You said white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
But like I said, the deck and the cube are mixed. You saw me shuffle these, right?
Yes.
Watch. White. And now every single card is face down except...
What the fuck?
the whites. I tell you what, while I sort these cards out, can you do me a favour and mix up that Rubik's Cube? Give it a really good mix up. Here, let me start it off for you. Here you go. Give it a mix up. Give it a really good mix up. Mix it up as much as you want to, but do me a favour when you finish mixing it, put it back in the original order. It makes it so much better. The classics are the classics, right? There we go. I think I got them all. Need to mix up these cards now so that the whites get mixed up. And when you're happy, without looking, just take one side and put it face down on the table. Without looking at it. You sure? Yeah? Cool. Now mix these up as well. Shuffle these. I've started shuffling, but you give them a mix up as well. Until you're happy, and when you're happy, let me know.
There's shuffle.
Great. Cut them into 2 piles, approximately equal, and give 1 pile to me and keep 1 pile to you. You sure? Yeah. If you want to shuffle them, you can do it. It's totally up to you. You don't have to. But when you've shuffled, what I want you to do is go through and take out, just take out a couple of cards. Just take out 3 cards and drop them on the table. Okay, give them a cut or give them a shuffle and drop another one. So we've got 4. Then go through and take out another one.
That's 3. What, 4?
I got 5 there, I think.
5.
Yeah. You done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
5.
Now take mine. I'll take yours. Cool. And give them another shuffle if you want to. You can give them another mixer.
Oops.
That's okay. You're doing well.
No, I'm not.
It doesn't really matter what they are, to be honest. We're just wanting to randomize things. So ultimately, you're going to take out, you know, maybe 2 more. So I don't know how many I've put down. Let's throw 1 more into the mix as well. Try and put down the same amount as me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Try and get 10. How many you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You happy with those?
Sure.
We'll eliminate the rest of them because we're ultimately going to eliminate down to 1. Square them up. So you shuffled multiple times and then we just randomly took some cards, yeah? Mm-hmm. I'm going to mix them up face up into face down, which makes them even more mixed up. I want you to see really, really mixed up face up into face down. Do you want me to do a face up, face down mix?
Sure.
Yeah, like this sort of thing. Just do that and maybe do that a couple of times, like this. Like that's fair, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So what I'll do, I'm not going to change the order at all. I'm going to take out all the face down cards.
Okay.
Now we need 9 cards for this.
Okay.
So if there's 9 face down cards, that's perfect. If there's more than 9 face down cards, we'll throw 1 back, your choice. 1 or 2 back. If there's less, you can pick a couple to put on top. But we won't change the order. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's perfect. Eliminate those. So now we're going to do one more thing, and you can do this. Can you? In a second, I'm going to snap my fingers, and when you do, Michael's going to name a number. Now, whatever number Michael names, you're going to deal that many cards to the table. So if Michael names a 3, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, then turn the rest over and put them on top, because this is going to randomize these in a really random way even more. So take them and hold them like that, like you're dealing. We'll end up with some face up and some face down, so that's fine. Michael, when I snap my fingers, name a number.
2.
2. So deal 2 and then flip everything over and put them on top. Brilliant. Pick them up. We'll do it again. Snap my fingers. Name a number, Michael.
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn them over. This time when I snap my fingers, you can name the number.
8.
Go for it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and flip it over. You're in control how many times you do this, because every time you do it, it changes the order. Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
You want to name the number, or does Michael want to name the number?
Okay.
Okay, go. You want to do it again? Are you happy, or do you want to do it again?
No, I'm happy.
You want Michael to do it again?
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah, one more time. Just
Brilliant.
1.
1.
Yeah.
Interesting. You guys both happy?
You
Yeah.
good? We
You
good?
Good? Okay. I'm not going to change the order. I'm just going to deal them out like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can turn those 2 over so we know what they are. Think about this for a minute. You shuffled the deck. We took out a bunch of cards randomly. We shuffled them together and mixed them up and mixed them up and mixed them up till we ended up with just 9. We eliminated all of those, and these were the 9 we were left with. But then you took those 9 cards and multiple times you changed the order. Every time you did that, that changed the order. And then without doing anything, we just laid them out in this pattern. That's a random pattern. Now, as many combinations there are with the Rubik's Cube, there's an equal amount of combinations with this deck. And before we did any of this, you mixed up that cube. And then you picked a side and you put it down there. Do you remember?
There's no fucking way.
Let me just see. No, you're right. There's no fucking way. Have a look at that. White, white, yellow.
Fuck
white,
off!
Orange,
That's
white,
not...
orange, blue, yellow.
How's he done that? That's really annoying.
It's good to see Matt's full face again.
That's fucking annoying. How's that happen? Because I did shuffle them up, and he shuffled them up. Fuck. I've no idea how he did that.
You know what's really interesting about this?
That's nuts.
You know what's really interesting about this? Other than the bit where I solved the cube with one hand, none of that required any skill with the Rubik's Cube. None of it. Because traditionally with Rubik's Cube magic, you have to have the ability to solve a cube. That whole set, and I don't know how long that went for, Michael, probably quite a few minutes.
About 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes. A 20-minute set.
Is that 20 minutes?
But if you think about it, there were predictions. I was reading your mind and telling you colours. I was predicting the colour that you'd pick. We did the colour at any number. We did the thing where all of the colour, you named a colour and it changed it. Other than the bit where I solve a cube with one hand, and you might argue the bit where you're holding a cube in between your hands and that side changes colour, although not really, but it depends on your viewpoint. Outside of that, none of that requires. This thing that you read, this thing here, this, don't know where the side is now, but whatever. There it is. This, is it this one? Yeah. So, no, I don't know, I've been mixing it up. But this whole thing here, no skill with the Rubik's Cube at all. Most of that set requires no skill with the Rubik's Cube. You don't even need to know how to solve it.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
And I did the longer performance of this. So this routine here that I just did for you is my favourite routine with the project, although I love all of them. That 20-minute set, I do all of the time. That particular routine is one of my favourites. Now, it was done on a table here, but you can do a more streamlined version. Both myself and Javier Fuenmea on the tutorial, we go through how to do a streamlined version of that. So if you want to make it quicker and you just want to have 9 cards taken out of a shuffled deck, that's what you can do. And Javier teaches you how to do that. But when I'm sitting down and I've got more time with people, I like to do it the way I did it because it's more impossible in my opinion. There's lots more going on. You don't have to do that bit at the end with the, deal the number, do it again, do it again, do it again. You can streamline it right down. And also you don't need a table. Because the nice thing is, a lot of people say to me, you need a table for this. You don't. Because when you're in this position, I can literally have them hold their hand out. So one person's got the cube, and the other person, I have them hold their hand out, and I go yellow, and I turn the cube over, and I go yellow. And I'm pointing out that every single, I can get somebody else to do this dealing. So it can all be done in someone's hand without a table. And you can just deal it, and it's just as impressive dealing it into someone's hand or having somebody else deal it into their hand as opposed to putting it out on a 3x3 grid.
Do you know how this is done?
No clue.
That's good, isn't it? I don't want to say it in front of you. But that's good, isn't it?
It is.
There's so much material. Your mate Peter Nardi has got an 1.5-hour tutorial on there.
Peter Nardi's everyone's mate.
Yeah, well, it's how Pete goes through how to use, because I know you do a lot of ESP routines. He talks about how you can actually use these cards as an ESP matchup type thing. Because if you think about it, there's 9 colours. There's 6 colours. So you could take 5 colours out, 2 sets of 5 colours, or 2 sets of 6 colours, and do an ESP matchup routine. But with, for the first time ever, you can do ESP matchup routines to kids and they'll relate to it because they're colours, as opposed to ESP cards. And then Kev G and Colin Klaus go through some real hardcore cube stuff because they're like amazing at cubes. So they're there to keep the cubers happy.
So you don't have to be a cuber to do this.
No, the whole point of it, the reason that I wanted to release this is because it allows anybody who's got no experience with cubing to be able to do routines, matchup routines and stuff like that with cubes. And you can do all of your classic, you can do all the classic card routines that you do with a deck of cards with these. Now you just saw an example of any card at any number. I call it any color at any number. But you could do, you know, for example, you can do out of this world very, very easily. One thing that I really like to do is I really like to have two people name colors, and I take out 4 cards of each color. So I'll go through and I'll take out 4 red and 4 blue, and I'm not going to do it now, but I'll do maybe one phase quickly to show you what I mean. It makes it, you can do an incredible version of oil and water, but with colors, so it's really visible. So you can say, look, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to put the blue ones over there, and I'm going to put the red ones on top of it. So it goes blue, red, then a blue one goes down, then a red one goes down, then a blue one goes down, then a red one goes down, then a blue one goes down, then a red one goes down. You do this and you snap and they separate. You can do oil and water, but with colours. You can do triumph. Kind of the thing I did with the whites turning face up was an example of how you could take something like John Bannon's Play It Straight and do that with colours instead. Having a deck like this opens up so many possibilities. And I'll tell you right now, because I know you don't know how this works, these cards were designed by Phil Smith and they're marked.
Right, okay.
They're marked in such an easy way that you can see. You'll know my eyesight's terrible, right?
It's not brilliant.
Let me tell you right now, I'm going to show you the marks right now. What colour's that?
Blue. Red. Green. Yeah, okay, yeah.
How easy is it? But the other thing is, these cards can be set up in stack. There's a stacked order for these cards. And probably 25% of the material uses stack. The other 25% of the material uses not stack material. So when I did the trick, the first 3 tricks that I did to you were using the stack. So the any card at any, the any color at any number. You know the bit when I was reading your mind, this marking system, that one there, when it's in stack, will tell you what the next card is. And that one there will tell you the previous card. So when I started and they were in stack, when you cut, I immediately, before you've even finished a cut, I can see that you're going to look at orange. I can just see that immediately. So it's like Stebbins, but instead of using Stebbins, I don't have to get a glimpse of the bottom card. Like if I did that, what colour would the bottom card be if it was in stack?
Yellow.
Yellow. So I can just say, cut, and immediately you're going to know. And this is a crib of the stack, and that's what allows me to do the any card at any number, the any colour at any number, because the crib makes it completely self-working. And then the nice thing is, because it's in stack, do you remember when I dealt the 6 cards out like that, and I was dealing 6 piles? Mm-hmm. That's actually putting the deck into new deck order. So that whole prediction thing about me making a prediction is actually in a self-working way to put the deck into new deck order. So at the end, I can have that moment where the cube matches and all of the cards match. But from that moment on, I was then shuffling the cards and I was going into material where the deck can genuinely be shuffled, which is why at that point I was having you shuffle the cards. So you can go back and forth between stack and non-stack. And if you want to go back into stack in the middle of a performance, it's really easy to do because unlike a normal stack, like if you drop Stebbins, how hard is it to put it back together? We've only got 6 colours that we're dealing with 9 times. And the crib is on the box. So it takes me like literally 30 seconds to a minute to put it back into stack if I want to go back into stack between tables.
Wow. No wonder you've got 9 hours worth of fucking tutorial on it.
Well, you know what? I was reading The Jerks, who's a blog. I know you don't read him. And he said, 9 hours, oh my God, that's like torture. I'd rather just have half an hour of the best stuff. But the problem is, there's more than half an hour of best stuff. Like all of Peter, we've stretched it into 4 volumes. The first volume is how the deck works and stuff that you can do immediately to get started straight away. The second volume is Pete Nardi going through ESP. Because think about it, now you know the marking system, think about how easy it is to do an ESP matchup routine. But it's way easier to see the marks, but you can see them from over there. Like what's that?
Green.
Boom. What's that from over there?
Blue.
Blue. Because you're not looking for anything, you're not looking for blue. Yeah, you can see them. So somebody could be holding a card and you can see exactly what the colour is from the other side of the room.
You could see.
I can see them. They're designed for me. Phil Smith designed these cards, and you know how good Phil Smith is. So, you know, I'm being very open with people what they're getting with this. I want them they're getting a deck of cards that's took me a year and a half to... I remember about a year ago when you first started, Michael, I had you working on this deck, wasn't I? I had, like a year ago, I was having you like...
Really?
Yeah, like a year ago, I was...
so you do know how it works?
No,
Not how all the
he
tricks
had
work.
the proof. So when you order a deck of cards from the USPC...
Oh, is that
playing
that thing that got
company-
thrown away by mistake? I mean, somebody had to go rooting through the bin to get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That basically
Was that
is
what
a-
all the panic was about?
Yeah.
That is a big poster with the order of these, and I needed Michael to check the order to make sure it was correct before it went to print. So that's
ya.
what that was.
I remember
So-
somebody throwing something away that had Rubik's cubes on it by mistake, and then
Yeah.
somebody had to go. I think Jack had to go rooting through the bin looking for it.
That was the big poster.
That was the there you go.
So yeah, so Mike, Peter Nardi's stuff is all about ESP matchups because you can do some incredible ESP matchup routines with this. Kev G and Colin Klaus go through hardcore cubing stuff, and then Volume 4, I go through loads of other applications, including that trick that I just showed you, ways of actually combining the cube with the deck of cards, ways of taking classic card plots and applying it to the Cube 52 deck. So you don't need to watch all 9 hours. You pick out the stuff that you like. But I think you would do well with this. Even just the mind reading bit at the beginning where you get the colour immediately. It's
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of other mentalism style stuff. Like you see Peter Nardi's stuff, you would love it. There's a
The
lot.
whole thing was nuts, man. It's like that
Like-
last bit, the last one. That's fucking.
You'd
awesome.
kill with that. And there's no skill to that, by the way. There's no skill to it. Now you know how the marking system works. You can probably see what I was doing because they were genuinely mixing up the cube. I don't want to go into it on this video, but it's completely self-working. That particular routine, I could teach it you, and genuinely within 5 minutes, that routine you could do.
I've got an idea now. You've told me the marking system, but I still don't know how you did it.
No, there's a lot of subtleties built into it. But
Yeah, it's very good, dude.
thanks, man.
As much as I hate to say it,
We'll
but
give it a
was
review,
yours.
and if it doesn't get 100%, you're fired. Just so you know,
It's brilliant.
it's great.
It's
isn't it?
Rubik's Cube magic you can do without knowing how to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. Here's the ultimate test. You've always poo-pooed the idea of doing Rubik's Cubes. If I gave you one of these, would you actually learn it and do some stuff with
Got to
it?
learn it. I'm going to be selling it at Blackpool then.
Good point. So you are going to be learning some Rubik's Cube stuff. Yeah, amazing. Good stuff, yeah. Good stuff.
But I like it. It's very, very, very good. It's
Thanks,
very
mate.
good. I haven't had that. When you said, "Oh, it's nice to see that face," but I haven't had that face on for ages.
No, it's been a while.
You've been jaded, but I'm glad I was able to fool you with something.
It definitely fooled me. But it was just that kind of shock when I realised what you were getting at with turning that out. And it, like when you turn, I'm like, shit, he's going to turn that over and it's going to be that in order. And I don't know how he's fucking done it. And that's really, but that's a brilliant reveal. That's really good.
Thanks, man.
The second I realised what was going to happen, I was like, no way. I
Thanks.
genuinely don't know. Even though he's told me the marking system, I still don't know how that works. Because I shuffle them.
And you
then
shuffle the cube.
them. And I was the one that mixed the cube. It's very good.
Thanks, man. 5 minutes and you could do that. I'll go through it with you.
You're going to have to teach me.
I'll teach you. Anyway, there we go. That's another mat test in the bag. Cube 52, available from your favourite magic dealer. And if you haven't got a favourite magic dealer, pick one that you don't like. They're all good. Or
Guy
it's
Barrett's
also
calling me, I've
available.
gotta go.
Off you go. Also, don't forget, you can also get it from...
Bye.
Bye. Guy Barrett, Fixing an Illusion. Also, you can get it from Magic TV. We've got it now in stock at our shop, www.magictv.org. Ready to ship out immediately. So you can get it from us, you can get it from your favourite magic dealer. That's another mat test in the bag. Thank you very much for once again joining me and Matt. We will be back again next week with another Matt test or a Craig test. But don't forget to join the NETRIX, www.thenetrix.com. Buy Cube 52, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV.